Hi there.
Hello.
All right, we will wait for another 2 minutes and we will start. But meanwhile, can you please, some of you guys, can you introduce yourself? What are you doing? What are your courses? Software engineering, the 3-year software engineering, or Bachelor of Engineering, Network and Software Engineering? So you came to the wrong place. Yes. So everyone come in. This session is for people who are doing Bachelor of Engineering honors and Bachelor of Business Informatics and Master of Engineering. A lot of the information is the same because it's like general information, but if you still want to stay, you're more than welcome. But there was another session, because I won't be your program director, but the information is almost the same. So if you want to stay, more than welcome to stay. Alrighty, so I'm going to start now. So hello everyone, welcome to UC. I don't know if you guys are excited. I'm really excited to be back on campus and so happy to see faces because I am fed up with virtual learning, but that's the new reality. So happy to see each one of you guys here and welcome. So as I said, this is the course advice session, which is for Bachelor of Engineering honor students, either network and software engineering, or robotics and AI, and Bachelor of Business Informatics and Masters of Engineering. So if you're not doing them, I won't be your program director, but the information will be the same. And I might not be able to answer some of your questions if they're very specific. Okay, so people online, can you hear me? Fine, if you can hear me, could you put something in the chat? All right. So before I start, I would like to acknowledge the custodian of the land. So the University of Canberra acknowledges the Ngunnawal people, traditional custodians of the land where this campus is situated. We wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and contribution they make to the life of Canberra and the region. We also acknowledge all other First Nation people on whose land we gather. So before I start, I would like to play a video, which is a welcome from the Dean of the Faculty. So our faculty is Faculty of Science and Technology, so you will see that name a lot. Or we usually call that SciTech, Science and Technology. So from now on, remember that you're part of Faculty of SciTech or Faculty of Science and Technology. So the Dean, Professor Janine Deacon, will welcome you in this video.
I'm Professor Janine Deacon, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology. I'd like to start by acknowledging the Ngunnawal people as the traditional custodians of the land on which the Bruce campus is situated. I acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and the contribution they make to Canberra and the region. I'd like to acknowledge other First Nations peoples on whose lands we gather. I'd like to welcome all our new students to the faculty, and all our continuing students are welcoming you back to the campus. So we are a rather unique faculty in Australia because we've brought the schools of science and information technologies and systems together into a single faculty to work on solving real-world problems. We are committed to experimental learning to ensure job-ready, world-ready and future-ready graduates. We may gain the skills to set you apart through a professional practice placement, a research project, or even workshopping with your peers to solve real-world problems. Our science graduates rank in the top 4 nationally for employment. Our computing and information systems graduates rank in the top 5 nationally for full-time employment. Our staff are committed to sharing their knowledge, experience and professional connections. In some cases, our staff bring in those working in industry or government to give the real-world perspective to the material they teach. Now, while you're studying with us, we hope that you will experience some of our world-class teaching and research laboratories as you gain hands-on experience. We're an inclusive faculty and we embrace diversity, and as such, we actually have a new UC Society for Women in STEM. So please make sure that you get along and make the most of that if you're a woman in STEM. Finally, we have some faculty values, 4 core values, that we expect our staff and students to adhere to. And they are our people, so whether you're a student or a staff member, we really value your contribution to the faculty. We respect each other, we act in integrity, and we collaborate. So if you're doing a group project, make sure you're collaborating in a collegial way. So I'd just like to finally just welcome you to the faculty and hope that you have a great year. And remember that we are here to support you.
Okay, so again, I repeat for those who are new, if you're here, you should belong to one of these courses: Bachelor of Business Informatics, Bachelor of Engineering Honors, and Master of Engineering. If you do not belong to any of them, this session is not specifically for you, but a lot of information is common information for all students. So you're more than welcome to stay if you want to stay. Okay? All right, so I'm going to start with some very important dates for your semester 1. Please make sure that you remember them. One of them is Monday, 7th of February. So this Monday, not this Monday, the Monday after that. That is, sorry, this Monday, the Monday coming. The Monday coming is the beginning of the semester. So all your lectures and tutorials will start this Monday. So make sure that you just look at your schedule of whatever units you have this semester, the lectures and tutorials, if you have any labs. Some of the labs and some of the tutorials are online now. The lectures usually are face-to-face, most of them, and at the same time, they will be streamed online and they will be recorded. So you can... Yes, yes. Tutorials, yes, I'm sorry. So next week will be the lectures. Most of the tutorials will start in week 2. Yes, some of them even later. But you can make sure that you go to your lecture and you can get the timetable for all the tutorials and labs. But all the lectures will start next week. So that will be Monday, 7th of February. Wednesday, 16th of February will be the last day to add self-enrolled units. So will be the last day that you yourself can enroll into other units. After that, you need the permission of the unit convener. So make sure if you want to do any changes to your units, if you want to add, if you want to just move your tutorial time, make sure that you do it before 16th of February because you can do it yourself. But after that, till 4th of March, you need the permission of the unit convener. And 4th of March is the census date. So this is a very, very important date for all of you because it's the last day to withdraw from semester 1 units without incurring an academic and financial penalty. After that, you will be charged. So make sure if you want to do any changes, first of all, try to do it by 16th of February. Between 16th of February to 4th of March, you need the permission of the unit convener. So with our Faculty of Science and Technology, we have an executive team, which consists of the dean. You just saw the dean, Professor Janine Deacon. We have some associate deans, we have Associate Dean of Education and Associate Dean of Research. So Associate Dean of Education is Dr. Tamsin Kelly, and Associate Dean of Research is Professor Diane Gleason. And also we have the head of the school. So the head of school will come here shortly. He's gonna like say hi to you guys, which is Dr. Kumudu. So you will see him a lot. So he's the head of the school, and also he will be the unit convener of some of the units that you guys will be doing. And then we have the program director team. So as I said, if you're doing Bachelor of Business Informatics, if you're doing Bachelor of Engineering Honors, and if you're doing Masters of Engineering, I will be your program director. My name is Mariam, but usually people call me Mar. So you can feel free to call me Mariam or Mar. And I will show you my email later on, which is basically my name dot my last name at canberra.edu.au. So for all of you guys that are here, the very, very first place to go is the Student Central. How many of you guys have been there already? Okay, so for those who haven't been there, make sure that you do it either today, after here, or like tomorrow. Because Student Central will help you with your student ID, your student card, your student account. So that is the very first step for every single one of you. It is in Building 1. You can easily find it. So make sure that you go there so that they can help you with your student ID. And when you get your student ID, you will have the university account. And when you have the university account, you can have access to Canvas, and you can have access to your student email. And also then, so first of all, you go to Student Central, you deal with all the regular stuff for every student that you need to have the student ID, you need to have the email, you need to have your Canvas. So once you go there, if you have any specific question regarding your course, then the next step is to go to SciTech Student Inquiry. So before I continue, I will just ask the head of the school, as I introduce him, Dr. Kumudu, to come and have a chat with you.
Hello. Yep. Okay, good. So welcome everyone. My name is Kumudu. I'm the head of School of ITS. So this is the engineering group, Bachelor of Business Informatics. Welcome. And I know some of you are online as well. So welcome to you all. It's nice to see students finally back on campus. And a warm welcome. I'm sure Mariam, our program director, will go through a lot of information. So don't worry if it's a bit too much for you. I'm pretty sure that will be available for you to access at some other time. This is the first week at university, so it's important that you settle down well. You get to know the right people. You find out, where is what, and things like that. If you have any questions, you can certainly contact us. Feel free to send me an email or talk to me when I'm going down the corridors. And if you have any issues, just let us know. I just want to let you know that 28 years ago, I was sitting in your place. And there were lots of people talking to us, just like me. But today, I can't remember any of them. The only thing I can remember is the amount of fun I had and how nice that was. So just make sure to take it easy, have fun, to make lots of friends, and make this the best time. I know there are issues like COVID and things like that. We will try to work with you, and that's our job. Let's make the best out of it. But yeah, have a good time, and let us know how we can help you. Okay, so welcome back, and nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. Just see. Yep. Oh, I need to let her in. How am I supposed to do that?
You should be able to hear me, I think, Miriam.
Yep.
Great. If you just want to turn off your mic for a second.
Yep.
Great. Hi all. My name is Dr. Tamsin Kelly. I'm the Associate Dean of Education within the Faculty of Science and Technology. I'm also following Kamudu in a virtual world because he's just been to the other 2 ITS sessions and I'm following him every step of the way. I won't take up too much time, but on behalf of the faculty, I just wanted to welcome you, whether you be on campus for today's orientation session or there's also a few students here in the virtual room with me. Within the Faculty of Science and Technology, we're really excited to have you on board to study with us, and collectively we can help you attain your career and life goals through higher education. So really happy that you've joined us and look forward to meeting many of you on campus as the semester progresses. Thanks, Miriam.
Awesome. All right, so far you have already met the Dean, the Associate Dean of Education, the head of the school, and your program director, which will be me. Again, if you're doing Bachelor of Business Informatics, Bachelor of Engineering Honors, and Master of Engineering. So I would just like go back to what I was saying. If you haven't been to Student Central yet, please make sure that you do, because you need your student ID to be fixed, right? So any communication from the whole university to you guys will be via your student email. So make sure that you have access to your student email all the time, especially now in this situation, because in the last 2 years, a lot of unforeseen things happened overnight, literally. So we every one of you need to have access to your email. Then I was saying, if you have any inquiries regarding your course, if you need any advice regarding your course, what you can do is that you can send an email to SciTech Student Inquiries, the email that you see here. And please keep in mind that they are overloaded with emails at the moment. So just be patient, send your email, and if you do not get any answers back, send your email again, and please be respectful because the staff are as I said, overloaded, right? But if you have any questions regarding if you need any advice regarding your study plan, if you want to apply for any credit. So for example, let's say you have done another degree at another university and you have done some units. So those units, some of them, you think that are very similar to some of the units that you have now in your course. So you want to make sure whether you can use those credits. So you need to get some advice on that and how you can get some approval for those, how you can use those credits towards your course this time. So these are the things that you can ask SciTech Student Inquiries if you have any questions regarding to variation to course requirements, variations to enrollment, issues with course progress, and application for cross-institutional study abroad and exchange programs. Make sure that you send an email to them. So as I said, any communication from university will be through your email, will be via your email, student email. And every time that you contact anyone within university, right? So if you, for example, you want to send an email to your unit convener, I don't know, to your tutor, to your program director, make sure that you use your student email, because easily when you put your student email, for example, you send it to me, I can see your student ID there. So I can be I don't know, for example, it's Adrian or I don't know, right? So make sure that you use your student email, your university email. So again, back to step one, make sure that you go to Student Central if you haven't been there already. So once you set up your student account, you will have your student email, right? And also you will have access to Canvas. So what is Canvas? On Canvas, you have access to all your units, all the resources for every single unit that you have enrolled in. So you have all the lectures there, you have all the assignments there, you have any information that you need about that unit will be compiled on a page, on a specific page, which is dedicated to that unit on Canvas. So you can easily go there and have a look. For example, if I open one now, which is not happening. Yep. So it will look something like this. So you will have a number of courses. So this is my page, but like you will have the number of courses here, the number of units, a number of units here. These are the units that you have already enrolled in. So for example, let's say you go to, let's say for example, you're doing unit digital signal processing, which a lot of you guys will do later on in year 3. So when you go there, you get a little bit of information about the unit. You see the timetable of the unit. You see what the assessments are, like the weight of the assessments, and then you can go to like modules, so you can have access to lecture notes, tutorial notes, and also there's the lecture recording, whereas you can see the recording of every past lectures there. So for example, it's week 2, you can have the recording of lecture in week 1. It will be compiled there. If it's week 3, you have week 1 and week 2 there, right? And a lot of other things that you can have access via Canvas. Was it the one that was presenting? Yep. All right, so we talked about Canvas, we talked about your student account, email account, and now you want to have some information about the course that you are doing. For example, you're doing Bachelor of Business Informatics. What units, you're thinking like, what are the units that I need to like do within my course of study? What are the units that I have to do? What are the units that I can change, right? So some of the units are elective units, some of the units are required units, so you have to do those units. So if you want to get more information about your course, you can go to this link, which is Digital Handbook of the Course. So I will open that again. So here, you can find your course, whatever your course is. So if you don't want to like go through that link, if you just go to here, sorry, Future Students, if you press on Future Students, see, you can just press on Find a Course, and you can find that course by putting it here. For example, you know that you are doing engineering, but you don't remember the code of it. So you just put engineering, for example. That is the only thing that you remember. Hopefully, you will remember more about your course, but here you see the list of engineering courses that we have here. For example, you're doing Bachelor of Engineering Honors, right? So this is the digital handbook. If you click on that, you can see that you have all the information about the course. So please, if you have a question about your course, make sure that you first go there, read all the information. If you do not find it there, then you can send an email to SciTech, student SciTech inquiries. And you can see, for example, you have all the information about work integrated learning, career opportunities, admission requirements, and the most important thing is about the course requirements, which I suggest every single one of you make sure that you go through this and have a look and see what are the units that you need to do. What are the typical study plan for each one of you? Because we have a typical study plan for different courses. Sometimes you can change them a little bit based on like whether you have done credits outside or like if you want to do like electives, how you can change them. but there is always a typical study plan. So for example, for Bachelor of Network and Software Engineering, if you're starting this semester, if you click on this, you have the list. This is the typical study plan. These are the units that you'll be doing in semester 1, semester 2, and the other semesters, right? So this will be your typical study plan. And also here you can see you have the list of the units, which are the required units. So we have the core major units. You have to, again, I emphasize, you have to do 48 credit points out of this list for example, Bachelor of Engineering honors. So these are compulsory. You have to do them, right? Then we have restricted choice, which is for specialist majors. So for example, imagine you're doing Bachelor of Engineering honors. For those who are doing network and software engineering, there's a list. And for those who are doing robotics and AI, there's another list. So it's based on the specialization that you're doing. And also there's 12 credits for open electives, so which you can do any unit at university. So you feel like you're doing Bachelor of Engineering, but you feel like you want to do a unit at Faculty of Arts and Design. You can have a unit there, right? So it's up to you. Most students, they tend to choose their electives from our school because like it's relevant to them, it helps them more, but like, again, it's up to you. So most of the units that you do, so from now on, make sure that you familiarize yourself with the terms here. When we say unit, so the units are those like, in some universities, they call them subjects. So we have the unit, for example, electronic systems. So that's the unit that you do this semester, for example, right? So each unit usually is 3 credit points. In total, for Bachelor of Engineering honors, for example, they have to do, if you're one of them, you have to do 96 credit points to be able to graduate, which is not any 96 credit points from those lists that I showed you. So required credit points that you have to do, like some of them are specialists, and then 12 credit points, which are electives. So for any unit which is 3 credit points through the semester, on average, you need to dedicate 150 hours to that unit. So in order to learn that unit, in order to make the best of that unit, so because you're putting your time, you're putting your effort, you're putting your money. So in order to actually learn something from that unit, you need to put, like, on average, as I said, 150 hours for that unit. 150 hours, including all the hours for the class, for the tutorials, for the lectures, for the labs, and the hours that you work outside, for example, on your assignments, getting ready for the lectures. And when it's like for a unit which is 6 credit points, that will be like 300 hours, which those units will be your project units, which are like towards year 4 at the end of your degree. Hi, come on in. Are you here for, yes, Bachelor of Engineering honors or software engineering or Bachelor of Engineering honors? Software engineering is not here, but you're more than welcome to stay because the information, most of it is, it's just common. Yep. So as I was saying, so you will be having like on average 4 contact hours. When I say 4 contact hours, that includes lectures, tutorials, and labs. The hours that you're supposed to like show up to the class. 4 to 8 hours of independent study per week, 8 to 12 hours in total per week over 13 weeks. And if you're doing full-time, you can do 4 units. If you're doing part-time, you can do more or less than 3 units every semester. There are some study skills at UC. There's a list of study skills that you can like use them, and you are, I suggest that every single one of you, you're recommended to use them. because you're kind of paying for them. So these are like for free and for everyone, but make sure that you use at least 1 or 2 of them. In 2020, approximately 5,700 individual students use at least one study skills. If you want to know what are these study skills, so you just like go to this link, or you just put on press on students. Up here you see study skills, and you can see the list of study skills, different study skills, which I will explain a little bit. For engineering students, one of the very useful ones is this one, the Math and Stats Help Center. Because a lot of students, they come to engineering and they might have forgotten about mathematics, and they might, like with their units, they might struggle a little bit with mathematics. So this study skill is very helpful. So study skills is part of student life and provides a range of free face-to-face and online study help programs for all UC students. So as I said, it's for everyone, regardless of your level, and you have already paid for it. So make sure that you use it. And this is the link that you can find it. Just go to, even if like you go to website of University of Canberra and just like search for study skills, it will just come up. These are the list of the study skills. So we have drop-in study help, math and stats help. Engineering students, please remember this. Ask advisor service, the study help site, academic integrity module, which is again very important, and it's kind of like a compulsory for some of the units as well. And study skills for success, English for uni, and the other study skills. So as I said, make sure that you have a look at the list of these study skills. So before I continue, do you have any questions so far? No? Oh, good. Okay. We have services at university for health and well-being, because your health and well-being is important, is very important, right? So there's medical and counseling service, and it's building 1. So they provide a comprehensive range of general practitioner nursing and counseling services. So if you need some medical helps or counseling helps, make sure that you can call them, or you can just go there. And there's like an application and an online portal that you can book sessions there. And there's student well-being, which is located in Student Central. If you go there, you will see it. The student well-being team provides individualized support and information to help you navigate your journey at UC in the best way possible. And also, if you want to send them an email, just put wellbeing@canberra.edu.au. So this @canberra.edu.au, remember that every time that you want to send an email to, for example, a unit convener, a lecturer here, the staff here, if you know their name and their family name, it's just their name dot family name @canberra.edu.au. So for example, mine will be mariam.qahramani@canberra.edu.au. Then we have some specialized services that you can use as well. One of them, which is very helpful, it's Careers UC. Do we have any Masters of Engineering here? No. So Careers UC, they can help you with placement requirements and internship. So you can go and have a chat with them. We have inclusion. We have international students for international students. Student advocacy, UC's food pantry, and Ngunnawal Center. So again, make sure that you know about these services and use them, actually use them whenever you need. Then also we have a program, which is UC Student Mentor Program. So the UC Student Mentor Program is students supporting students. So you will be assigned with a mentor, which is a student, usually like in later years. So they can help you with your whole university journey. They can help you. They will be like role models. They can be university guides. They will be peer supports. They can help you a lot. So again, I recommend, if you can, just like go for a student mentor. We have different societies for students that you can like join there. They have different activities. One of the very good ones is UC Engineering Society. That because I see what they do all the time. The next one, yeah, UC Engineering Society. They do very fun stuff. I mean it, like some of the things that they do, I'm just like, wow. All the workshops that they just like put workshops, regular workshops. They have like competitions. They have like guest lectures from industry. So make sure that you like go to these clubs, have a look at them. Like they have like Facebook pages, and also on UCX Club, you can find their page. So make sure that you find a club which is relevant to what you do and be a member. So we have UC Information Technology Students Association, University of Canberra Student Developer Organization, as I said, UC Engineering Society, and we have UC Supporting Women in STEM. So for females, make sure that they're like fantastic. Make sure that you go there and just have a look. Usually like they have like different events going on. Another thing which is very important for every single one of you, no matter what course you're doing, is to always check the School of Information Technology and Systems Canvas site. So remember I showed you the Canvas site and I said like every unit will have its own Canvas site. The school will have its own Canvas site as well. So when you go there, you get a lot of information. So this is the page for everyone, right? So like you can see like when and how to get advice. You can meet the program director. So for example, you leave now and you forget who was your program director. How can I contact them? So you can just go there. Study plans. So you need to have a study plan. There is like this study plan, which is like the typical study plan, but you might have a special case that you need to get advice. So you can go there and have a look at the study plan. And if you need some advice, you can contact SciTech Student Inquiries. There's information about internship all the time. When I say all the time, I mean all the time. So every time that an opportunity comes up, the first place that it goes to is here. Internship, jobs, and programs, all the time. So if you're keen on doing some internship at industry and get the skills, which is very important, make sure that you always check School of ITS Canvas site. All-week resources, student societies, all those societies that I told you, you can find them here. Updates on unit offerings, study skills, blah, blah, blah. Everything is there. So make sure that you check it regularly. And if you want to stay up to date, and if you use social media, which I'm sure most of you guys do, our school has account on our faculty actually on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So make sure that you follow them, like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. There's like always news, updates, what's happening, especially regarding research, very interesting stuff. If you're interested in doing research, if you're looking for opportunities to do research, and if you want to know what's happening at the faculty in terms of research, make sure that you always follow the social media. And that is about it. All right, so I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for listening. And I am here to answer your questions if you have any questions. So I will start with the people here. Yep. That's a very good question. Yes, I guess it will be, yes, I think it's going to be. Oh, okay, okay. But how can they have access to that?
So if you might want to go back to the
Thank you so much. By the way, we have Dr. Zina. She helped me today. She was the moderator, and also she is the lecturer for some of the units you guys will be doing. Sorry.
So most of the stuff, because this is being recorded in the virtual room as well, most of the stuff that's recorded is stored in the virtual room. So when you go to the Canvas site, your own Canvas site,
Just use mine, the one that is open. Yeah.
I'll just open the dashboard. So you've got a Canvas site for orientation, which is this one here. So this should appear on your own Canvas site. So I'm just going to click on this one. And currently, the virtual room, this session is happening here. So if you click on the virtual room, there is these 3 lines at the top. So if you click on that, there's a recording. So there's an archive of all recordings, and this should be uploaded there. Now, it won't be there just now. It probably takes half an hour after this session has been ended for it to upload, but you should be able to find it there. And Libby just logged in, perfect timing. Libby, is that where they can log in a recording?
So on that little Canvas split that we've given you, it's on the School of ITS Canvas page, there's a tile called OE's Resources. So we'll be all in that sort of section, the whole bunch of recording.
Okay. So will it be in 2 places or just there?
We don't know, because it might be deleted from the sectional, so that's why we download it.
All right.
We upload it ourselves, so it's there.
So it's going to be, you see here, see, this is the Canvas site that we were talking about. Yes, am I correct, Libby? And we go to OWIC resources, and we'll have. Oh, yes. All the information will be here. Oh, I'm here. Okay. Go. Go. All right. Yeah. Yes. So you have enrolled in two units, and what has happened? Oh, okay, very good question. If you you want to enroll in a unit which is full already and you have to enroll in it, make sure immediately send an email to your unit convener. They are able to enroll you, so the unit convener can do that. Send an email to them and say, this is the issue that I have, I want to enroll, I can't, it's full, help me out. And they're going to help you. Very good question, thank you. Any other questions? Yep. All the online classes are going to be Oh, no. Again, that's a very good question. So you're asking whether all the classes will be online, all the tutorials will be online or in person? Okay, so first of all, no, all the classes will not be online. Okay, so especially for the students that are doing Bachelor of Engineering, there are some units that they have labs. So these labs, they need your physical attendance. A lot of them, your physical attendance is compulsory. So make sure that you go to the lecture, make sure you always check the Canvas site, make sure that you know about this. Do not just assume that because it's online, for example, it's going to be online, because the lecture is recorded, so the tutorial will be recorded. Make sure for every unit, you go to the lecture. If you're not sure, again, make sure you send an email to the unit convener. And so on the Canvas site, so you have a list of units that you have enrolled in. If you go to that unit, you can find the name of the unit convener. So for example, again, I'll go back to my unit, digital signal processing, right? So usually the name of the unit convener is here on the first page, most of the time, like 99% of the time. in case if it's not there, if you go to the modules, you have the teaching team. So you should be able to find the name somewhere. See, again, you can find, this is my name, my last name, and this is my email. So if you go to the lecture, definitely everything's going to be mentioned there, and you will get the information on Canvas. But if you are not sure, make sure that you send an email. I know that there are units that they need your physical attendance, especially for Bachelor of Engineering honors. Any other questions? Yes?
What happens if you're unable to attend the compulsory class?
Again, it's just like, it's a matter that you need to discuss with your unit convener, right? Definitely we understand. It's not that like, oh, if you miss a class, that's it, you're going to lose mark. You need to attend them, but definitely there are like exceptions if you get sick, if you cannot do that, but you need to communicate with your unit convener in terms of like, what else can you do? Can you just like do a makeup class, or is it okay just to like miss one class? Again, just communicate with your unit convener. But I am sure when you go to the class, all this information will be given to you. Any other questions? Nope. Any questions online, Zina? Sure. So meanwhile, again, nice to meet every single one of you. It is amazing to have you guys back on campus. We are so excited. My name is Mariam. People call me Ma, so feel free to call me Mariam or Ma, it doesn't matter. And I will be the program director for Bachelor of Engineering Honors, Bachelor of Business Informatics, and Master of Engineering. If you're doing Bachelor of Software Engineering, your unit convener will be Dr. Luke. Any other questions? Yep. All right, so I guess that's about it, and we can like wrap up the session. Thanks again. Thank you so much. Make sure that you go to the Student Central, get your,
There's a question. The student asking, will it be a problem if our tutorials are before our lectures?
Our tutorials be before our lectures. I mean, usually it doesn't happen, but I don't understand like before the lecture, like during the week, like it's Wednesday and the tutorial is on Tuesday.
I think that's what they mean. Yes,
so definitely, if that is the case, the unit convener will not like put the material in the tutorial, which is before the lecture, so that they will cover whatever which were like taught in weeks before that. Yeah. So you won't have any issues.
So that's why you can tell them that that's why the tutorials start in week 2, because they're always based on the work that is done in the previous week.
Yeah, exactly. So as Zina reminded me, that is one of the reasons that the tutorials always start after the lectures, because they will cover whatever that you have already learned. They will not cover anything that you haven't been taught. So don't worry about that. If your class is like a week or two before the lecture. Any other questions? Nope. Alrighty, so that will be it. Thank you so much. Yeah, cool. Cheers. See ya.